I don't need it, really. As we go through the appropriations and look at all the stuff that's in the budget, I see a proposed increase of $25 million for special ed, a proposed increase for $100 million for basic ed, a proposed increase for $65 for pre-K, $10 million for Head Start, and $240 million for pensions. And then we have a $50 million decrease for pupil transportation. It reminds me of my childhood, sitting there watching Sesame Street. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things does not belong. And it makes you wonder, is like, what the heck? Why that? And I know Representative Greiner had gone to that a little bit, but I just had a couple quick questions. First off, the appropriations for pupil transportation is not a total dollar-for-dollar reimbursement. It's a partial reimbursement. Is that correct?
Correct.
So it being a partial reimbursement, we're not actually, the savings that we may seem as we go through this process, the starting point, as you said, on this process, we can't attribute to one direct thing. So it's not like every school is going to save a certain amount and their appropriation would be adjusted. It would be a percentage. And the concern is that, why the heck didn't you just net the two, the 100 BEF increase and the 50 million pupil transportation, just have a $50 million increase on BEF until you have this starting point established and an actual, plan in place? Because and you understand the concerns, do you? That
Yes.
how BEF is allocated out is a funding formula where some school districts get more than others.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we think it's a legitimate question. As we look specifically at the current formula by which we drive transportation funding, we took a number of factors into account. So, of course, all the factors that I shared, I don't want to take up too much more time, sharing them again. So we felt that if we can incentivize some better practice in terms of, for example, bidding, 80% of pupil transportation is bid out to the vendor. There's now an incentive. If we can come up with a good system that incentivizes school districts to push those savings on through the bid, they could realize no reduction in terms of the revenue they receive locally. So this was really looking at an old, outdated formula and trying to find a way to incentivize better practice as it relates to fuel efficiency and all the other things I shared.
I would hope all the school districts would be incentivized to find savings any way they can without a carrot hanging in front of them. It's just a concern, especially in my districts where they're going to see the BF formula doesn't produce as much as what the pupil transportation will be. So it is a concern.
Understood.
And I still don't understand why they just weren't netted until it was finalized.
I feel like I can only share that, as I've been sharing, and definitely not an excuse of an answer, but we understand that, during this difficult budget, cycle, I've advocated, and, the governor continued to advocate for additional funding for education across the board. And this was one of the areas, as many of my, partner agencies are finding efficiencies within their department. This was one of the areas that was identified to try to find some savings.
Thank you.
Thank you.